Hello, welcome to Conny Decorates today, and of course with Heart. And who else is here? Micha, the cameraman. Exactly. And it's really nice and cold and frosty here in the shed, but we said, okay, we've really put away almost everything for Christmas now. I would say it's all gone. And we had this vase and we thought, let's create a little spring vibe in this glass vase. And this is really just with natural materials, not much. A little light too, because it does get dark relatively early in the evening. And the hyacinth was already so bloomed, I just couldn't bear to leave it sitting somewhere. And we've just set them up here. And dear ones, if you want to know how this vase decoration works, just stay tuned, because we're going to show you now. These are the things we need today for our vase decoration. And of course we need a vase, and I've taken off the decorations from it. There were pine cones in it and tall branches, right? There were chocolate stars, and Christmas is going away. It's going to be refilled today. And I thought a few light materials like burlap, which I keep using. Then I also found a bit of sisal here. Few ribbons, right? Natural ribbons. On the other side, we still have the mossy branches from the last decoration. What I always find wonderful, fruit branches from the apple tree. Mossy ones are always perfect too. Then I have a bit of hay here. And for sure, I'd love to decorate with the hyacinths today. They've already come in so wonderfully, and here come the next ones. And if necessary, you can cut them here too, and you'll have them for a long time. I still have a few crocodile plants as well as daffodils. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use today, but a bit of moss and I would say, let's get started. And now I'm just taking my burlap and placing it in here at the bottom. I'm going to use this today because I really want to decorate with a few different materials. And well, if you know our videos, you know I love burlap. I love the natural look. And that's why this one goes in here at the bottom as a base. And then a bit of hay. I think with hay, it really gives you a very light pre-spring vibe that you get. So it really goes into this nest building and Easter. And that's why I'm going to lightly add a bit of hay in here. And for that certain green, I'm using my moss again. Of course, you can use whatever moss you have. You can either use sheets or tree moss. And if you don't have that, then you definitely don't need to use moss right now. It's definitely a great water reservoir, especially when you put fresh plants in here. And that's why I'm adding a bit of moss in there. What's really great about early bulb flowers is if you just soak them in water for about 3 hours beforehand. I've placed them in here a bit so they can soak up water nicely. And that's always very, very handy. Then I'm going to very carefully and gently, with utmost care, place my bulb right back into the moss here, or just set it on top. It's always very optimal, and it holds, but I think here I'll just stick it back into the moss, since it's a bit bigger. Did the pig stuff? I've just taken another daffodil here, and I'm going to turn it around. Just place it right here in the front. I also leave a bit of, the roots on. I always think that's very, very nice. And I think I'm going to take 1 or 2 more and put them in the vase here. And I'm just going to place them in the vase here. What I have here under the table is birch twigs, and I think they fit in wonderfully. I'm just going to take a few small branches and twist them together a bit. And then I'll just stick them into the outer edge of the vase. It can definitely look out towards the front or upwards. And I think that's really a great combo, especially this light one now with the light brown. Look, it's just casually sticking out a bit at the edge. I think it fits quite well in terms of height with the vase. And now we have very few materials here, but you can still create a great effect. Birch twigs and hay. And I think little branches like these definitely shouldn't be missing. And I'm just going to stick in 1 or maybe 2 more. Look, you really get a little spring awakening here, and it adds a nice height. And I'm going to stick 2 more in here. And the green jute ribbon. We always have that here in the shed. We've actually used this super, super often, and I think it's really cool when you wrap it around the vase. I think you can secure it really well in the middle here. Then you have the look up here again. Or here for the transition, I think that's nice too. But of course, everyone can do it however they like. I think that's really nice up here too. That means you can look in from everywhere. But I'm going to tie it to the vase up here first. And then I'm going to make a bow here by folding it double. I'm cutting off the rest on here. And now I'm taking my natural raffia ribbon and I'm going to secure it in the middle here by just going around once, tying a knot, pulling it tight, and then you have a wonderful bow that has nice volume. And I'm just going to secure it here. Before I tighten this up completely, or rather, before I make the knot, I'm taking my base band here, threading it through, and tying the bow tight. I've pulled the bow nice and tight. You can now cut the base band wherever you want. You can also let it hang down a bit, which always looks really nice, but since it's already so bulky, I'd like to minimize it a bit, so I'm cutting off the excess here, which we can definitely use again in the next decoration. And now you can place the bow either on the side or in the front. You can also pull it down. Like I said, you can attach it wherever you want. And now you can pull the bow either at the side or at the front. You can also pull it down. As I said, you can attach it wherever you want. We're going to add a few little highlights now, along with some small pre-Easter decorations like hay and a few feathers that are always lying around in our garden. Those are going to go into the vase as well. I'm just going to say it doesn't have to be much. I don't want to glue these in place either. You could also use hot glue to stick them down. I just place them in and let them fall into the vase. And then here is a beautiful string of lights with wire, and it actually fits in here fantastically. And I think we'll just let them blend in a bit with our branches here. And now I'm going to carefully tuck the string lights in. Take a look here. We have the Hof Olker's web shop again. If you're looking for decorative items, there are quite a few in there, especially the string lights. It's always worth it. And now I'm just going to carefully place this 2001 up here and the battery compartment. So I'm just taking this leftover piece of jute ribbon that I unfortunately cut too much or left too long, and I'm just twisting it around a few times. Then I take a piece of wire and twist it tight here and cut off the excess. Exactly, I take this piece though and go around once. You can easily pull that off and slip it back over the compartment when you need to change the batteries. And what I'm doing now is I'm carefully going in here to our decoration and hiding the battery compartment in the back area. Now I've just twisted and fiddled with it a bit. I've got the battery compartment hidden in the back, and in the front we have the bulbs and a few feathers. I think right here at the top where the hyacinth is blooming beautifully, it looks really, really nice. Right here with the jute ribbon, looks wonderful. But you can also do it downwards. But I think the highlight up here is wonderful, and you can still work beautifully with light. And dear ones, we really hope that we could inspire you today with this little early spring vase decoration. This is our first one this year. And then we're of course happy about a thumbs up. Feel free to follow us on Pinterest, Facebook and Instagram. We also get little feedbacks and reels now. And I would say stay healthy. We're happy to decorate with and for you again these days. Your Conny and your Micha, your cameraman. Exactly. See you later, dear ones. Bye. Bye.